Hi, this is Sunset Mushy, and this is gonna be not a pick a card reading on the new moon quite yet, but actually just a pick a card reading on what's new, what's going on in your life, like anything new pretty much, how things turned out today, a recap for September 8th pretty much, or whenever you see this video about where you're at. This is kind of just like new things you did, how things turned out, stuff like that. I just finished taking a shower and I just knew I really wanted to make this video before doing the new moon one because I have this energy of excitement of how my day went, and I'll probably just make a video of how my day went, but if I don't, it'll probably be because a lot of the messages in this video kind of already stirred that up. And the reason why I think this would be a good reading to do in general is just because a lot of people I've noticed, the energies have been pretty similar, where a lot of people I know have been doing things that they wouldn't normally do or trying to make a positive change today in some sort of way. And so it really is quite amazing. So I am going to think about how I want to set this up. So you can pick reading 1, reading 2, or reading 3, or you can pick all of them, or some of them, or maybe none of these messages resonate, so none of them. If you're not feeling it, then, that's okay too. But if you have a calling to listen to any of these messages, or if you just do listen to these messages and then they resonate, awesome. Yeah, so I'm really excited to see what the energy is for everyone. Yeah, and just to I'll just give you guys an update in this video anyways, and you guys can click the timestamp below to go to reading 1, 2, or 3. If you want a crystal to meditate on, or if you just want to meditate in general, go ahead and pause before you pick reading 1, 2, or 3, but literally just gonna pick some crystals that are nearby. So reading number 1 is Goldstone. Try to get, my camera's not very good. In the future I'll be getting a new camera and everything. Reading number 2 is Honey Calcite. I'm a big fan of this crystal and all of my crystals. And reading 3 is Amazonite. So I'll try to, it's pretty cool. It's a lot more colorful looking than it's coming out in the camera, but hopefully if you guys resonate with any of those crystals, they call out to you, one or more or all, whatever it is. Yeah, but an update for what's going good with my life, so then, when I get into the reading, I won't stop and mention my stuff. So that's why I feel I should just say it now, so then I don't get that in the messages. Is that I did a lot of things. For one, I cleaned my room. If you can tell, it might just look the same. You guys don't see it often, but yeah, me and my older brother helped clean the room just because he wanted to make space to dance, and I was like, yeah, and I want to sweep, and then we just started picking up stuff, and boom. So this is my version of clean. At least at this house, with all of the stuff here that's not mine that I cannot take out of this room. So yeah, that was something that I did today. It was a mixture of things that led me up to this point, but I got really in the feels. I was just having a really high vibration, and I was like, I want to reach out to my twin flame. I think it was just originally I was just going to send a text and be like, I'm doing really good, hope you're doing really good, bye, sort of message, just because the message before I had sent was like, hey, I hope everything's okay, but then later on around now I was like, oh no, maybe that message might have made him worry that I'm worried that he's like upset at something, or that like maybe he's worried that I'm worried. I don't know. It just goes on forever. So I was like, huh, like maybe he's worried. Like maybe I'm not doing so good or something. I don't know. Like worried about me. So I was like, huh. Hopefully, if I leave a text, kind of being like, hey, last time I was texting, things were kind of intense in my life, but things are good now, and they were good pretty much like 20 minutes after that text. I didn't say any of this, but what ended up happening when I got to my phone, I accidentally went to the caller instead of the messaging, and I just hit call, and I was like, wait, and I was like, no, I'll call, and then I called him, and so I thought I was gonna go to voicemail, and I was just gonna leave like a nice voicemail of like, hey, I'm doing good, hope you're doing good. But like, I was mind blown because he picked up, but he was busy. And so I ended up feeling bad. I was like, oh crap, like I don't want to like get him in trouble or anything. Like if you get called in the middle of class, for example, something like that, where you're just like, hey, I can't talk. But like, I don't know. So I'm really happy, guys. Not gonna lie, just like literally hearing his voice, I was just like, no way. Like, I was just really happy to hear from him. I was like, cool. And then after it was a short call, cause yeah. And I got to hear he's doing pretty good. And then, yeah, so it was a good day. It was a good day indeed. And I went to this carnival thing. It wasn't really a carnival. It was like, we were going to the dispensary me and my brother were going to the dispensary for our mom. And that place that we were going to was doing like a end of summer. This is a carnival fun, like, let's all have fun day. But we got there and it was just marketing basically, and it became stressful. But that was something new that I did. So a lot of different things going on today, and I've started setting up my Facebook account for all this stuff, which is also just called Sunset Mushy, and my Instagram I've been working on for the last several days again. Like I like finally got my groove of how I want to do readings through Instagram, which is like little short videos, just like the opposite of my YouTube channel where I like do these really, really long videos, you know? And at this point, you guys should have already clicked the timestamp if you were trying to wait for the reading, because I put timestamps in every video. Or at least I try to. I try my best to. I usually remember. I might have to let my dog in. Someone let her out, and they might be asleep now and not be letting her in. If she barks one more time, that means she wasn't let in. But where was... Oh, I heard the door open. Cool. But yeah, basically I've just been doing a lot of stuff, and it feels very productive. It feels like I'm moving forward. So this is kind of like what's new that you're moving forward with. I don't know, Ascension. I'll figure out the pick a card title. But that's basically all my announcements. Not really, there's like a lot more. And there's more Twin Flame stuff, because after I had hung up, I sent a text apologizing, but the text didn't send because my data was shutting off, and I was like, oh, my data's shutting off. And I was really high because family's in town, and that is a thing we do. And it's a thing I do, but like more so with family. And I was like typing, and I was like, I can type whenever I want. Shoot, because I was like, there's no data, there's no service, these messages don't send. And then after I started typing this shoot, that's probably, if you guys are wondering what that even is, it's just a laugh in One Piece. A character just laughs like that, and so I laugh like that. And it's not because they're my role model. Actually, that character is kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to spoil things, so I'll just leave it at that. But like, if you were to ever meet that character, it's not like they're not some sort of role model at all. Oops, I spat on my camera, or on my phone. But yeah. Then those messages sent, and then I was like, Yeah, and then later on, I sobered up and I sent another text explaining those texts and explaining I miss him and that's all. And then okay, and yeah, I'm just finishing my story because guys, I'm so happy. Just like this song came on in my brother's car. I'll play it right now. It's this one. You guys might have seen the video. It's uploading now, but once it's uploaded, you guys might have seen it by then. It's called "Fool for You," and this song was playing. And while it was playing, I received a text from him. No, sorry guys. While it was playing, and I'll leave this anonymous, but I just received a really kind email from a friend supporting me, and it was so sweet, and it was just awesome. And that email came up while this song was playing, and like a minute after I was reading the email, my twin flame texted me like something like it's okay, like have a good day or something, and I was just so happy. I was like, yeah. We're gonna get started, guys. I swear, this is reading number 1. Linger on it, but it feels like I've been here before. It's something about me that makes me wonder. This is reading number 1. You're a stranger. Alright, Spirit. For those who chose reading 1. No. No! Okay. Cards want to come out. However they want to come out. No. No. It's somewhere. It's a major arcana. Oh well. Okay. For you. Awesome. Oh, you guys can't see it very well. I'm sorry. Let me, I didn't even look at the camera. The shadows, kind of weird, but I hope you guys are okay with this. Stay right here. Story ends now. 8 of Cups came out again. That's interesting. By the way, blue is cups, in case you guys are wondering. Yeah, that's already a good clarifier. Thank you, Spirit. Another good clarifier. Okay, I'm excited for this reading. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, hold on. I'm a fool for you. This makes me want to draw with a 3rd deck. And with the 3rd deck, I'm going to clarify that 7 of Swords. Yeah, okay. I probably should have gotten started with the reading, but it's okay. Okay, so that song is awesome. I'm gonna turn down the volume so I don't get so immersed in these songs. Especially this one. Okay, so what I'm getting from stuff going on with you guys is you are moving forward in the material world, and you are moving forward with your heart. You are feeling with the way you have stepped away, or in other words, stepped into new situations of love. The way you are doing this now is more balanced, or the timing for it is much more balanced, because at a time where things are kind of at a standstill, we're kind of stagnant regarding moving towards this commitment, towards this family, towards this working together energy. You are in the 7 of Pentacles with that, but it goes to the 8 of Pentacles. So this gear that was stuck got moving forward. For those of you who resonate for the 8th of September, or just whenever today is for you, I feel these messages are kind of timeless. So if you see these messages at a different time than today, which you probably will, because this won't update until tomorrow, I think, because it's already 9 p.m. now. But I feel these messages will resonate, or you'll be like, oh yeah, that was just yesterday, or yeah, it carried over today too, you know? 8 of Cups is about putting a lot of emotion into something, a lot of investment, and like just choosing to walk away, because all these cups, it's like all of these 8 cups are kind of like not even full. They're all like sort of half full, and like one's overflowing, and then like one is like almost empty. They're not balanced. These 8 cups here are not balanced, even though there's 8 of them, which is weird, you know. It's like it feels off, so you walk away. You go towards the 8 of Cups. So this is talking about cycling that out. I think you did step away from something that wasn't balanced with the world, but like, so since I see 8 of Cups here, and I see that as walking away, and then the world, to me, and the 6 of Pentacles, to me this is like you stepped away from a situation in the matters of the heart, found something more balanced, and then you stepped back, and now these move this cup down here, so it's like 4 on the bottom, 4 in the top, you know? You came back to this 8 of Cups energy. You left, you went on your own as the Hermit. You felt back then, at whatever time when you had to step away, that the energy wasn't equal. You were feeling there was some sort of deception in terms of how this material world works. Maybe you used to think, oh yeah, it's totally okay how I get treated. And then you realize 7 of Swords, wait a second, no, it's not okay how I'm being treated in this physical world. And then you kind of went off on, and like with that comes the 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles is, to me, holding on. This, to me, is the healthiest way I can see of letting go, of stepping away, and then cycling that energy out, and intuitively picking up that now was the time to speak your mind. Now was the time to act. And so this is the energy I see, and I see the 6 of Pentacles, which is very equal. So I'm seeing that when you came back and acted, communicated as the Swords, communicated, but not communicating your intuition, but just communicating your mind, just what you were thinking of, you know? You didn't, like, as the High Priestess, you didn't give away all your secrets, but you were honest, and you said what you wanted to say. And it's great because when you stepped away, you didn't do that with the idea of giving up. You stepped away because you knew it wasn't balanced at that time. You stepped away because you knew you needed to balance yourself more and balance what you did have and focus on making that more stable and feel more grounded with the things you do have, so then you can come back into this energy in union as the 8 of Pentacles, where you bring your 4 and the other person, or the whole situation. Maybe this is a whole environment, you know. By all, please resonate with how this resonates. If you guys listened to my story earlier, you can maybe see how this is like applying to me. But I assure you, as I give this reading, I just really do am picking up this energy, so I can see how this can look in a variety of circumstances. I think I'm so blinded by my own perspective of life that it's hard for me to like take a swing at what's going on specifically in your life. But a very like good one I can come up with is work. And so in that kind of aspect, this stepping away could have been quitting, and this coming back could be coming back to work in general. It doesn't have to be coming back to the same job you got, like, that you quit from, you know? So like in my circumstance, how this is about a person, this is kind of talking about taking steps back and then coming back into that connection in the material world. The connection was always there for me, intuitively, spiritually, everything, you know, my faith, my trust, whatever, my commitment, that never dropped. This is something you're committed to. That's something I gotta mention with the 10 of Pentacles. Something you're committed to, and back then and now, it's still a little bit stuck. It's still stagnant. The gears got moving, but it's like, it's kind of like this gear on its own was stuck. And once he finally got it moving, yeah, it's moving at full pace now. But the truth is, it's connected to all these other gears, and there's so many gears that while you got this gear moving now, this one that was stuck, and I feel there were gears before that you have gotten moving too, and they became unstuck. But there are further gears to still get going, and because of that energy, you are still technically with a bit of the Seven of Pentacles. I'll try to find the card so you can kind of see what I want. The Seven of Pentacles in this deck is called Awaiting Results. If you guys remember what that card looks like, I'll show you what it looks like in this deck. I just gotta find it. This is Four of Pentacles. This is Holding On, but I really like it with this deck because this is a more balancing out type of four. This one I really see the linking energy. This one usually talks about needing to let go of something. Where you at, Seven of Pentacles? Because I feel it would be really nice to have that picture. Here it is. This is it's something that you got to keep working on, and it's still gonna take more time. And it's like, it can be tiring, but Spirit is saying, yeah, you got a gear going. You did get a new beginning with this. Something is going now. And then again, with what I'm hearing with the Seven of Swords, is that it would be a deception to think that you're not through all of the Seven of Pentacles energy yet. To think that you just had to do this work right now, and now that you're in a better place or ascended or moving forward, that you don't have to do this anymore. Spirit is kind of saying you do have to kind of do this some more. As the King of Wands, you do know this. It's a constant effort, a constant grind of the gears, and knowing when to take breaks, when to stop, when to go. You really got to trust yourself as the High Priestess, and act when you feel you want to act. And you just go off a feeling, a thought, of your own wisdom, and with the recognition that you don't know if the other person, talking about myself, you don't know if this other situation, this life you're trying to build, is going to return you your rewards. Maybe this is about knowing when to apply for a job. You don't know if the place that you apply to will get back to you. The Seven of Swords is like a sneaky energy, where one person understands more than but like you might have certain knowledge, but you know that without the other knowledge, you're not going to truly understand the situation. So that can apply in a number of ways. And so however that applies to you in this situation, that is some energy that is regarding this coming together, this connection, this union, whether it's you and like in a business, or or whether it's that you're prioritizing so many things that you don't have time for others, but that is an illusion. That is a Seven of Swords. The truth is, you can still go have time for others. You could put these Four Pentacles lower below you, where they're supposed to be in the earth, keeping you grounded, being a part of your stability. Whereas right now, perhaps, something about this situation, it is put above the ground. And so, whether that's holding on tightly to finances, or whether that's like putting a lot more value into work, into money, things like that. Four of Pentacles can represent that. So I'm seeing this as a message that is a part of this deceptive energy, that a way something is right now is necessary. There's something that you're content with, basically, I feel, that Spirit is saying will also become a part of this Eight of Cups energy, will also become of the world cycling out energy. It is something that you got moving forward, that is still a relevant issue. The Page of Pentacles. And so this is, I feel, for some or many of you regarding work, and for some or many of you this is weighing the importance of receiving a message, of receiving something from someone, some sort of message, reward, coming together in the material world. This is a part of that blockage of something that some of you might be holding on to as the Four of Pentacles. If you sorry, if you guys are resonating with this on a more love-based note, I do feel this energy is maybe more so both. It's not a one-sided energy. This is something that's actually being mirrored. So in terms of relationships, love, people, whatever it is, and then again, you can still apply this to if it resonates for you for work or your life or family or someone you know, however this resonates. It's being mirrored, basically, that this is the energy of all of what I've been describing, is the energy that is why you stepped away in the first place. And you came back, and that energy truly is cycled out. I really do feel that way with these cards. I'll ask and be a little more specific. Has this Seven of Swords, Four of Pentacles energy been cycled out, Spirit? And we get the Ten of Cups, and we get the Ace of Swords, clarity, breaking through, understanding how to put in this effort and to not let it get tricked, to not let you think that you're not putting in the Seven of Pentacles energy. I think the Seven of Swords is thinking that nothing was moving forward, but the truth is everything was moving forward. And where you are now, you now see, yes, everything has been moving forward, and you are getting a clearer vision of, yes, you are manifesting your happy ending. You are doing things that are best for yourself. You kind of had some sort of epiphany or some sort of awakening or understanding. Maybe this is all resonating for September 8th for you guys as well, where you just knew things to do that got your life moving forward, things that you can set up. Just like these are some small and some big achievements, and they made you feel really good. So this is kind of the energy that I'm picking up on for those of you who chose reading number 1. I hope these messages resonated, and if not, that's cool too. Hope it was time well spent. Sending love and light to you guys. And you know, I might see you for reading 2 and 3. But yeah, either way, peace out. So this is gonna be reading number 2, Honey Calcite. Da, 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 da. I care about you in so many ways. Okay. Oh, no, pause. Okay, I'm back. You set yourself apart from the rest. Hello, Key. So, for those of you who chose reading number 2, this came out again. 8 of Cups, moving on, stepping away from energies. So I feel reading 1 and 2 are linked. I think it is the same energy, to be honest. So if you want to listen to further messages about that, maybe reading 1 will also resonate with you. Might be different somehow. They'll all be slightly different because, you know, they're always a different reading, but there's a very stabilizing energy. Yeah, the last energy was also stepping away to stabilize your path, your journey. This made a big change. Big change results in, let's see, balance. Awesome. Calm and character in my dream. I wish that you could maybe see that you were sewn into my memories. Everything that I see, can you hear it in the melody? I wish that you would open up to me. Can you hear it? And we got changed twice, 13 and 13, so death. This was a big change. Closer, don't be scared. I think there were some things that were clouded. You had a lot of choices, a lot of routes to take. And today, or whenever you're seeing this message, or soon, you will, if you're still in the choices plate, if you're still confused, Spirit is saying that's going to change, but I'm going with the current energy of how the day, this was supposed to be the energy of how a day was, what's new, what changed, and so what changed is that cloudiness, that indecisiveness, those many choices and routes. You just, Spirit is saying you knew how to guide yourself through. You stepped away from a situation, really thought about what is stability, what is it that makes you happy, what is it that you can do to keep your joy and keep your love and your effort into this balanced within yourself, so that you can come into this situation or relationship or connection, or again situation. It doesn't have to resonate for you as a person, but I am on a playlist that is all about love, so like I shouldn't be surprised that this song came on, but like still. So the message though is that it might be situations, but for many of you this is also love based, and that you're getting more of a grasp on what you want regarding love, that connection of equal is out there. I am getting a little different energy from that. Yeah, and you stepped away, you thought about what is it, you realized you can go into a situation and give it your all, regardless of if the other. So split these 4 wands into 2. On your 2 wands of your passion, you're putting 100% into it, basically. But that 100% is not overboard, it's balanced. That 100% is balanced and playful. So you're doing this in a high vibrational energy. You're doing this in a way that gives you joy. So I see that you did this during a time of confusion, and that a big change happened where this confusion, now that you're more sure of what you want and what you want to manifest with the summon card, it brought upon a very playful energy to this connection, very balanced playful energy to this connection or situation, and I see that as very helpful. I see that's a really positive energy. So Spirit, yeah, love, great. I was gonna ask where this brought that connection or situation. So whether this is a person or not, it is something that is increasing your vibrational energy on a higher frequency of love. I'm just kind of throwing things out, like I just said, like vibration, frequency, whatever. But it is, you are really ascending your love. You kind of leveled up with how you want to give and receive love, and how much love you have for yourself with this connection. What comes with this is, like, by raising your vibration to that level, is also releasing previous fears that no longer concern you anymore. You left those fears behind when you stepped away and left those 8 cups. You realized you brought up these 8 cups. They weren't necessarily balanced. So you left, found more of yourself, found yourself, you balanced more, and now those 8 cups, these new 8 cups you have, would be more balanced, more full. So the things that were missing in each of those cups you have found. And of course, you find that within yourself, and through this great change within yourself, of course. And what you've manifested because of that is a connection that has, yet again, more love. So that's awesome. More than 2 lovers. Aww. And this is something you've been committed to, something that you're not gonna just give up on. You are dedicated to this. You've almost made an oath to yourself, or there's an oath like within you that you don't understand. Whatever it is, you have an oath, and the oath comes from the heart. It's a complicated oath, that's for sure. We get 11, the 1111 card in this deck. So this oath is complicated. So for some of you, this could be about releasing someone. Because it's complicated, you are still remaining faithful, but not only to the person, to the connection, but to yourself. So you are going to be doing whatever is best for you. And with the King of Swords on the back, I'm going to have to let my dog out, but I'll shuffle as I walk over there. Okay, this one, and this one. So, and this is regarding complicated oath. The Lovers, Temperance. So, this is a pretty love-based message for those of you resonating with this. You did very much get clear about this love, that it is being healed, that it has been healing this whole time. This is something you have an oath to, so this is within yourself. You've been healing yourself, and so therefore putting in all the healing you can, and so by doing that, you do balance out a connection, because if you are healing and balancing, and the other person is healing and balancing, then this connection is growing, is what I'm getting. I think you are seeing that by working on yourself, coming back to this does somehow kind of get through some of the issues when it came to all the choices you had, to feeling like you weren't sure where to go with this or where this was going in general. So regardless of where the other person is at, you're definitely becoming more certain on where you are at. And in doing that, it really does balance the connection. That's really what I'm getting. So I'm curious if you guys have been in separation or anything like that, or not in communication with someone and suddenly you are. Let me know if that's the case, because that's honestly the energy I'm getting. Two of Pentacles. This is something that you've been facing your own stuff, they've been facing their own stuff, and it's just been very much healing. This could be you've been working on getting something going, and it's just amazing how it's the right time that everything is happening, or something like that. That is another message I get from this. Because with complicated and oath, and then with the earth energy right there, I think for many of you this is about a connection. I think for some of you this is about your destiny. For all of us this is about our destiny, but like something that I can't like explain, matter of just these words, but that I can kind of pick up on. Strength. This is about perseverance. This is about amazed at where you are, amazed at what you are doing with your resources, with strength and the Two of Pentacles, and you're not backing down. You're still putting in the work. The Moon. And it's just, I think for those of you resonating with this, there's still some things that are a little bit scary, but I feel with that, you're aware. You do trust this energy. You don't know what's next, but you really do trust it. You've gained some sort of clarity over this, where this Moon's energy isn't scaring you. You've released some fears. This all kind of came with the Eight of Cups. You let things go. There were fear filling some of those cups. So you moved on from that. So you have less fear. You have more strength. You always have strength, and you're proving it time and time again. And it really is quite beautiful how everything has gone down, where you are at. And with the Lovers and Knight of Swords, oh, it's the Knight of Swords. So with that in mind, I feel for some of you, if this is about releasing someone, this is understanding that that there's a person out there who's going through the balancing and healing that you either do know or you haven't met them yet, but because you're putting in all this work towards your self-love, in terms of a partnership, where'd it go? In terms of a partnership, you and another person, you guys will come together or have come together. Yeah, Spirit kind of wants to point that out. This energy that you've been going towards on the path that you are on. You don't know when or how still, but it is leading towards that. And I can ask, Spirit, is this energy ultimately leading up to some sort of union? And if not, feel free to clarify, what is this leading up to? What is this energy leading up to? Queen of Swords. This came out in reading number 1, and I really saw it as, and here's the Moon again. I really saw it as communication, as knowing when you want to act, when you want to communicate, things of that nature. And Four of Swords. So I'm hearing now is time for contemplation. I think you've made it your move if this was a game of chess, and so now you are thinking on your next move, and Spirit is saying it's a little scary, you could mess up the next move, but I feel with Four of Swords and the Moon coming out again that you're not going to mess up on the next move. Yeah, Knight of Cups. You're going towards your dreams, your wishes, you're figuring this out, and that's right next to the Ace of Swords, clarity. So you're going to be thinking. You've balanced. You really have balance. So you're kind of getting better at your chess moves. You might slip up again, but even if you do, Spirit wants to remind you that's all part of divine timing. So Spirit, might those who chose reading 2 slip up again, ego-wise, because there's no such thing as slipping up spirit-wise. You're always moving forward. But ego, is there some sort of moments that might not be that great? Death, change. Nope, you're just going to keep ascending. With this original change, you got death 3 times now. So, and death is also manifest, is summoned in this deck. If you can see here, I'll pull it up. So, it's a very positive card. One more clarified. This is, to me, now I see this as 10 of Swords, cycled out as Ace of Swords. So, yes, you might get more wrapped up in your thoughts later through contemplation. Some of you, I see this steering a little bit timeline-wise. For some of you, you're going to contemplate so long, it'll build up again as anxieties, pains, things like that, and then that will change again, and you will then again have Ace of Swords clarity. For some of you, you will just you will contemplate and realize through contemplation that this energy doesn't serve you anymore, and you just won't even experience that pain, and you'll just change again and ascend again. So it can go a variety of ways, but ultimately I do see this 10 of Swords as an Ace of Swords for everyone for reading number 2. But for some of you, this message might be a little heavier, and for others of you, this might be a very just light message, and you feel great, and you don't feel this heaviness of the 10 of Swords. But I do feel this is out there for some of you, that heaviness, and I feel for you. But Spirit is saying that is bound to change. Again, you are also, I totally felt this was going to be 9 of Cups, that you are also getting your wishes fulfilled. So, there you have it. That's reading number 2. Thank you for being here. Sending love and light. That's it. I'm going to go ahead and move on to reading 3. I really feel those are the messages. I might see you there. I'm going to have to stop recording because my video just cuts off in the 44-ish minute mark. So, yeah, reading 3 will be in a whole different video, and I might see you guys there. Sending love and light. Hope these resonated. Peace out.